All right, I'm gonna play it quick here to give you guys an insight on most of the functionalities of the Z file. I'm Psycho Sid from Goodfellas. This is meant to help. There are many other videos where I show how to play different shots, so I'm not gonna try to drop everything here. I'm just gonna try to go as quickly as possible about all the functionalities. So first read you need to take for the rollout calculator, the Z file, is the elevation, and you can use the height of the flag avatar compared to the club box, and this is a flat. I have a chart here that gives you a read of the elevation read. You don't have to be too precise about it, but the top of the box is about 4%. You can use that as a reference. So here we go, zero elevation. And here we go. Now you want to measure how far the hole is from max. So that's the max of root. I'm going to play root here. So that's 5 rings already from max to this point, to the line that I use to measure. And try to be center of the hole and centered there as well. And that gives me another 4.2 rings. So that's 9.2. All right, now the wind obviously is 3.8, and to make the wind direction read properly, it's better to be right, well, approximately where you think you're gonna be, but right behind the hole like this. And the read you need to take is the wind is coming from what direction. So the way I see it, it's from 10.8. You see comma there, but it's decimal point. In French we use comma, but don't be intimidated by that. And I use this clock here. I made this version for people that are used to read the clock like everybody else. From where the arrows point. The file was made with an aeronautical wind read, so where the wind's coming from. So that this way you can use it. See, it's pointing this way from what I remember, so that's why I called it 10.8. You have to be precise about it, but do your best. You can't go crazy. Obviously, if you have a grid and you can make yourself something to read the wind direction, that'd be great. Now for shot view, I like to play root at 1.6, so I'm gonna try to make it happen. In most cases, I prefer to play at a fixed shot view, and instead of the other way around, because when you move your target to be at the right rollout number, your shot view is going to change, and then you're going to have to, sometimes you won't be able to do the whatever you're looking to achieve for a rollout. So 1.93 is the rollout, and I know 1.6 is easily doable. We're releasing some backspin, so I'm going to set the edge at 1.93, even a bit behind like that. And my shot view, I want it to be 1.6, so I put the hole and the center of the target, my first point of contact, on the same line, and I use 1.5, then 1.6. It's going to be I'm gonna aim for. And I try to make my shot view the 1.6 that I've inputted in the file. So right there, in theory, would be 1.6 as I. Can I? Yeah, no. Come on, let me. Oh, I wanted to use the target to show you. So anyway, I see the blue line touching the gray line. And in theory, that'd be 1.6. But if you watch my other videos, you'll see that actually there's a tiny bit of the shot view we don't really see anyway. On an iPhone, I can testify for other devices. But so you have to play behind a bit. And this is what I think is right for 1.6. Now, everything looks straight. The pull will be 357. Now you got to make sure you're really straight, and you have to look for a break in the green. So it's leaning toward right to left. We see left to right, but I'm behind here, so a tiny bit, but I won't make much correction for that. It's always nice to see someone that drop it right in your face. So this is one way you can really straighten your shot from looking for all the way back. I tried using a stylus, but it didn't work for me. Now my fingers aren't working anymore. See at the bottom there, you can see the blue tracer, so you can try to lining up with the line. Jeez, not cooperating. Anyway, you get the gist. You want it to be on the line, and now I just can't seem to do it, so I'm gonna play with it. It doesn't matter. So this looks fairly good. Again, trying to do this quick or else it's too long for a tutorial, and I'm gonna lose your guys' interest. And I'm gonna move it a tiny bit like that. This looks good. The pull again, 357. And it looks pretty flat, so no adjustment needed. For adjustments on pull, you can look at the other videos I made. Plenty of information about that. So 357, I set at 257 approximately, make sure everything's straight. Obviously with a proper grid, it's much easier. For iPhone guys, well, that's the reality. You have to use a zoom or eyeball it. So 257, and I pull across the middle, 357. And I play this quickly. I want to move on to show you guys something else. So be it if it drops, so be it if it doesn't, I don't care. Thank you very much. Now, I'm gonna play with the flat numbers here, not the rollout numbers for a shot. I'm gonna try to set up into Orion range to show you guys how to use different functionality. So I know I gotta aim for a 6 number here of my grid to get into Orion range. With the wind might be a bit too much. So I'm at max. I'm gonna show you a use of flat number. So this is where I'd like to drop. Now it's 3.7. So I'm at max. I got 3.7. I'm playing RB, and the pull is 3. So for flat numbers, for many shots, either drives or many other shot like Orion, like I'm going to show you, Spectre, Hive, Holy Driver on part 3s. Part 3s, I prefer to use flat numbers. The reaction of the backspin on the many of the shorter clubs are kind of tricky, and they don't work well with the Zfile, with the rollout calculator. So it's better to know how to set up for it. And here is what I'm gonna try to show you guys. Again, full backspin. I'm trying to see if I have enough range to do my pull. Yeah, I went a bit too far, but that's all right. Again, you want to line up as well as you can. You get some headwind there, so you have to really play this past the hole and as straight as possible for Orion. That club is pretty sensitive to secondary wind, compression, maybe a bit of both. So that's what I think is a proper setup, about a full ring past for a 3.6, maybe a bit more. Yeah. All right, so from there, I'm going to count how many rings I'm from max after setup. So that's not the same thing we did. The shot before we counted rings from max to the hole. Now it's rings from max after setup. So that's 10. Got 20. 21.3. Again, for flat numbers, you just don't need those two numbers, so it doesn't matter whatever's put in the other. It won't interfere. For Orion, we're talking about a 6.17. Usually, if I know if I'm going to play a lightning rod, Spectre, Hive, or any of those clubs, I play a better wind-resistant ball just to make it easy on me. But for this exercise, I'm gonna do it just like that, and you'll see. If I don't drop it, I should be pretty close enough for you guys to understand. 6.17. So I look, it's flat again. For 6-ish pulls, I set up at 7-ish. So 717, and I'm gonna pull to the 9th ring. I don't like to pull in 2 steps. Some people prefer that, and I always like to pull across the middle because that's what I've learned from Banger, watching his videos, and he did a great series on elevation and green reeds. So if you haven't watched that already, watch it, and if you watched it, watch it again, because you can always learn something by watching stuff over and over again. Your level of understanding is going to change from time to time, depending on your experience. Obviously, you want to hit ultimate shot all the time. I missed badly here, and I didn't set up properly, and I forgot to pull some more for secondary wind. So that's the thing you'll see on my other videos is you have to pull a tiny bit extra. I should have pulled 3 clicks extra. Very hard to focus when you're talking, making a video, and making your shot at the same time, but I did my best, and I hope you picked up enough stuff in here to properly play the Zfile. There's a few other things. There's the tutorial in there. one thing, if this part here turns to red, I'm gonna make it, you get a headwind with a long shot view. See, lightning rod turned to red. That means that pull wouldn't be possible. That pull here is not possible because you don't have enough room between max and where you're set up. So whenever it turns red, it tells you have to adjust. You have to lengthen your shot view to make it happen. Oh, damn. Anyway, screw that. Here, there's a chip chart for Hive. Watch my video if you wanted to learn to play that. What else we got? The back here. If you mess up something, if you screw up any formula, just go back and it's going to correct everything. So these are the only places you should be inputting numbers. And here there's the course notes. You can take notes for every hole. The best player in the game either have amazing memories or they take notes. So this is there to help you guys. Some more notes are possible here. You can always add stuff, personalize it, change the colors, make it your own. Head-to-head cheat sheet and the original Zfile. So you can have access to lower clubs. If you haven't maxed your clubs, there's a few more there that you can use. All right, peace out.